Everybody, hello. As you can see, the scenery has changed a little bit. Here's where we are now, 2100 on the 7th of February. Just as a quick explanation as what went on between the last official video and this one. My goal was to level up my magic skills roughly 10 times in order to get it high enough that we would get enough of a promotion in the Mages Guild to be able to teleport. That's all I wanted to do. And I made a side video documenting that fact. Well, that's not the only thing that happened. It turns out that Thieves Guild quest we were doing, the enemies it spawned, each time it spawned enemies, they would have more and more and more loot. And the game was overflowing in some fashion, and it was bugging out the game hardcore. If you're really interested, you can watch the side video. But the fact of the matter is, in order to save my entire progress from getting corrupted and maintain playability, I had to go to Vanvale, where the Thieves Guild quest turn-in was, and get it turned in. And then come back and complete it in Chesterwark. So we're back in Chesterwark. We're no longer in Daggerfall City like we were. So that's what happened. It was a very eventful series of well, I was going to say eventful series of events. You get the idea. A couple of other things that happened by necessity. As I trained up, I gained a few levels. We're level 14 now. As you can see, we've maxed out our strength. We're maxing out our endurance next, and then we're moving to agility. I've got maybe an upgrade or two since you guys saw me. At least one pauldron is now ebony. And my wagon is full of goodies, because as I said, they dumped bucket loads of loot on us. So it feels sort of unfair, moderately unfair, to get such a money advantage based on a bug in the game. However, it put me through great difficulty and interrupted my normal gameplay experience. So I am accepting some of the cash that I would normally get for selling all this loot, and the way I'm doing that is I'm going to sell them all to tier 5 retailers so that I don't quite get the amount of cash I would get if I went to my budget friend. But I do get some money. I'm getting attacked. I don't know what the fuck just happened. I don't know what's happening. Well, this game is creepy. I can't even begin to imagine why I was just attacked. We went through great pains to flush the quest out of the quest log so that mobs from the quest would no longer spawn. So I don't know what is going on right now. Okay, there's a dude. Is Nightblade? I think maybe they just have a rare chance to randomly spawn? Because those weren't the guys that were attacking me for the quest that were bugging out. Okay. Whew. Now, the tragic thing is, I went through all this effort to level up my skills so that my destruction would be 79. I went to 80 just in case of weird rounding behind the scenes in the game. But the problem is, I don't know if your promotion, your rank is determined every 28 days on the dot, or after 28 days the next time you show up at the Mages Guild. So all that effort we went through might not have paid off if I was due a promotion days ago and it calculated before I could get my skills up high enough. So that would be a real bummer. And we had to pay those couple of extra days to go out to Van Vale to fix the game, essentially. So it's been a bummer. But we're going to find out soon. And one more for good luck. We're not going to be as religious necessarily about training up our magic skills anymore. I'm just doing that because we had time to pass, because it was middle of the night when I got done skilling up as necessary. So we're just sort of waiting for things to open. All right. I believe the exit was actually over this way. Okay. Here's a Tier 5 retailer. We're going to siphon off a bunch of the stuff we got. All told, it's a heck of a haul. Getting that mercantile up. And one more sale. That should level up mercantile, and we've made enough space in the wagon for another dungeon crawl if we decide to go on one. I think we set our ebony dagger to get repaired somewhere. I'm gonna figure that out. So I don't want to lose backup weaponry. So I'm actually in a bit of a tight spot. That's the thing. There was a lot of combat just necessary because the enemies kept spawning on us. So my bow is in desperate need of a repair. Actually, that is an excellent reason to shop for a new one, huh? So if we find an upgrade, we're just going to sell this one and buy the upgrade. But if we don't find an upgrade, then we definitely need to repair this. We might actually keep this bow as a backup bow anyway. Alright, here's our budget friend. Were you repairing my dagger? You were, thank you. I'd almost forgot about that. This helmet, +3. Also, I did some more research, as I always do, for you viewers. I mean, it's for me too, but you get it, right? Shit. Okay. Let's stash this as a backup weapon. Wakazashi's still almost new. Very cool. Alright. Very legal and very cool. My god, I can't feel my face. So I did some value research for loot, and I was right about armor being worth more than weapons for the most part. Weight per kilogram, the stuff that's worth the most is all the armor except for shields and actually chest pieces. And then there are a couple of weapons that are worth picking up. Katanas and daikatanas. And long blades and short blades. Those are worth a lot per kilogram also. And then comes chest pieces and shields. So we'll keep that in the back of our mind when we're looting. The piece of gear that is worth the most per kilogram, surprisingly, are gauntlets. They must be somewhat rare, because that's actually the last piece of steel I have. Greaves and helmets, I believe, are greaves and pauldrons or something like that. The greaves are worth a lot also, per kilogram. And wouldn't you know it, I have ebony of those. I didn't see any upgrades. I saw a Dwarven bow in there, which is not as powerful as Mithril. It's the next step down. Chain. Huh. I don't think we're getting an upgrade today. We're not. Okay? That's alright. Let's go to our budget guy, have him repair our bow. And we're just going to have the short blade next time we do some combat. Because we don't have a backup bow. I don't feel like spending exorbitant amounts of money for a backup bow. If we're going to spend on a bow, it's going to be an upgrade. So, repair our bow, please. 200 gold. I'm happy to support you, man. Plus, I've made tons of money, and I've got more to go. I'm going to stash my arrows for now. Oh, wow. It registered as 0.25 kilograms, even though it's 0.25 kilograms per arrow. Remember how I was bugging out on us? I don't quite know how that works. Okay. Alright. We've done our maintenance. Let's Wagazaji. And let's hold on to the ebony dagger as a backup weapon, because we might need it. This is the Fighters Guild? Nope, this is the Knights of the Dragon. My mistake. I think it has the same hours as the Mages Guild. It opens at 11 o'clock, but I want to forever settle the score. I actually wouldn't forever settle the score on training. Is it once per day or what? But, it's northwest of us. I do want to see if we can train again. I know if it all happens within the same day, then you can't train twice in a day. But it's sort of enveloped into the next day, the training session, and I initiated the training yesterday, technically. So we're going to see if we can train again while we're here. Oh, you hear some cat fighting in the background? I don't know if the mic picked that up, but it happened. We will go on a dungeon crawl shortly. Let me just, yep, okay. Can we train again yet? Yeah, we can. So it does happen from day to day. You don't have to wait exactly 24 hours between training sessions. I like that. I like that knowledge. Now for the moment of truth, right? Did we get promoted? And if we did we get promoted high enough to be able to teleport? Let's all hold our breath. I don't know the answer. Alright. Let's see if our hard work paid off. Master Wizard! That's it! Call upon the service of the Travelers League, who guard the guild's most treasured and secret room, the teleportation chamber. Our hard work has paid off, folks. We did it. I no longer feel... I was worried that I had wasted my time to an extent, and I'd have to wait another month to be able to use you. But now we can get where we need in the blink of an eye. And get where we need in the blink of an eye we shall. So, first things first, we're going to do a little shopping. Just briefly, super quick. Let's see. And we're also going to go to the bank, because we probably have a lot of hard cash. Okay. I think they might actually have another couple of shelves upstairs. Some of these, yeah. Some of these shops do, because the living spaces have bookshelves in them, and the game mistakenly considers them to be shop shelves. Any more? Okay. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, so I was looking for diamonds. We didn't get one, but that's okay. We'll check back. Let's see our encumbrance. Yeah, we're at 134 out of 150, and our armor does not weigh that much. Turns out Dwarven and Ebony are very light compared to other materials, or they're lighter than the average. Ebony is very light, but Dwarven is lighter. That's not the case in later Elder Scrolls games. What? Oh, fuck. Let's try our luck. Shall we? If I crack in there, can I... No. Did I... Oh, God. Yeah, they closed like 6 minutes before I got here. Fucking bankers. Come on. That's horrendous. How did all that time pass? Because I trained. Fuck. Nobody's fault but mine. Every time with those 3 hours from training. Catches me every time. If I hadn't gone into the jeweler and wasted my time looking around in there, like if I had saved recently, I would have reloaded, but I haven't. Well, we're no longer on a very, very tight timeline. So I don't think I mind waiting another 16 hours. I don't at all. And now we can grab a quest without worrying about wasting those 15 hours, because getting to our destination is a negligible task. So, we're going to join the Knights of the Dragon. We're going to look for a dungeon crawl quest, one in particular. Here it is. Don't let anyone else hear this, aspirant. I just got word that a dragon has been spotted. Well, not a full-grown dragon, just a little dragonling. There's no quest more heroic for a member of Questers than to slay a dragon. And slay a dragon we will. The House of Baron Garrulus. Very cool. So, we have a quest to slay a dragon. We've already slain one in the wild. It chased us down hard. But there is a very specific reason we're doing this quest. And I'm going to go to a tavern, because stashing all this gold is almost necessary. You can't put gold in your wagon, right? It's just a shitty situation in general. But it's what we got to do, because we have to stash this money. That way we wouldn't be able to loot anything when we go in the dungeon, which is the fun part. Look at this. The room is free for knights such as you. We no longer have to give the 4 to 6 gold. We get free room and board because we joined the Daggerfall Knights Order. I don't think that discount will apply in other provinces, but it applies here. Jumping, mercantile, running, critical strike. Our magic did go up. Okay. I think we can go to a shop. Still. And I want to, just to get some more mercantile. Since we're spending this time anyway. To the north. Go to one of the tier 5 sellers and move some gear. Alright, let's see where we are. Okay, it's to the west of us. And then we'll hit the tavern. we could open up rooms for 99 days at every town, or at every tavern in town for free. I don't want to abuse the privilege though. That's not what a knight would do. Here, buy some of my shit. Okay. A lot of this isn't worth much because I was just taking everything they had on them and shoving it in my wagon. Those Dwarven cuirasses are worth a lot though, at least comparatively. Remember, they're not a lot per kilogram, but they have a ton of weight on them. So they are worth a lot. I was going to do one more sale. And I'm going to do one more sale. Here we go. That should be enough for our mercantile. Let's go back to sleep. Just edging that mercantile skill up because it's not an easy one. Up. Yeah. Yeah, I want an extra day because we're going to sleep until morning. We're going to get a good night's sleep. For the first time. Instead of just like 6 hours here and there, we're going to get a good night's rest. We're going to get a proper hibernation. Yeah, buddy. Sleep in. You earned it. Medical mercantile running. That's what I like to see. Did I read my encumbrance right? My encumbrance is over the maximum because of the cash I've been given. I bet I have a ton of letters of credit, and that's what's weighing us down. Because he's trying to give us money that we couldn't hold. So we have letters of credit. Oh, that's another thing we have to do is address the main quest. And now that is not a task. Also, being as high a rank as I am with the Mages Guild, they should be open 24 hours a day now. Let's go test that theory. Since we have to go talk to the main quest lady anyway. They're open. Crack at dawn. Still open for me. Awesome. Okay, so Here's what I'm going to do. Right next to this guy, I'm going to set an anchor. And let's read the letter. Where are we supposed to be going? The Lion and Woodchuck in Hearthstone Manor. Teleport. Hearthstone Manor. Yes, I do. Because it's fucking instant. Well, it's not going to be hard to find which tavern I have to go to. She's keeping it low key. She's like, yeah, I better hang out in like a nobody village. You're probably it. Okay, so we have addressed the main quest situation that was time critical. It's done. 602. Let's head on back to Chesterwark. Gotta love it. We're going to set another anchor right away so we don't forget. The nearby tavern. Get a little more rest. Hey there. I just want the room for a day, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and train this time. Save the game in case we level up. And one more for good luck. You didn't think I was going to forget, did you? I didn't rest long enough to possibly level up. So let's rest for 2 more hours. I didn't level up. That's okay. I'm not tore up about it in the least. So, let's head south to the bank. First stop. First stop. We cannot carry around this cash. It's outrageous. Alright, banking. Deposit all my letters of credit. Deposit all this cash. 55... 070. Oh, that's my account. Oops. I was like, I should be able to deposit that shit. Okay. Alright. Next up. I was thinking I would train Critical Strike, but I'm about to go to a dungeon, which means I'm probably going to level it up naturally anyway, so I won't waste the 3 hours. Forget it. However, I would like to just pop by our budget friend and see if somehow he completed repairs on my bow yet. If not, we're going to go anyway. I did think of one more thing I have to do before we head out. I'm so glad I didn't forget, but that's not going to take us but a second. You're done? Nah. That was a lot to hope for. I was just checking, but don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. You were not obligated. Alright. He's our real ally in this game. Budget armorman. Okay. So let's teleport out to the dungeon. How's our encumbrance looking? 43 out of 150? That's still more than I thought I was chunking around. My armor must be weighing me down a fair amount. Elven Greaves don't weigh a lot. Yeah. Where's all that extra weight coming from? Oh, okay. Let's put those in the wagon. I probably have some ingredients too. Yeah, okay. And those. Let's put those away. Alright, how's our 27? Much more reasonable. Okay. Now, I might actually need to grab some gold from the bank, which better be open still. $46.55. Yeah, I don't have that on me. I done screwed up. Back to the bank, just for a second. And we're back. Forgive the minor sidetrack there. Excellent. We now have a soul gem. And you'll notice when we took our little trip to Daggerfall, we bought Soul Trap. Alright, let's take a look at our quest. And yeah, so she told us that the three major powers are Daggerfall, Wayrest, and Sentinel. I should speak to them, and we've gotten letters from the royalty in Wayrest and Sentinel. And now, if we want to go to one of those places, it's not going to take us a month. We can go like that. But for now, we're hunting a dragon. We need to go to the House of Baron Garalos. And remember, we had set our anchor the second we got back, so we should have an anchor in place. All right. Our arm's getting a workout today. I forgot. I must have packed my shield. Excellent. Off we go. Spooky music. Ooh, that's a vampire. They're not nearly as dangerous as their older brethren. They just take swings at you and carry a lot of hard cash. Okay. quiet dungeon. Looks like we're vampire hunting because there's a lot of vampire going on here. I think I heard another scream from back way where we came, but I don't mind. It's a bat! You know what time it is. Woohoo! I'm getting better at pickpocketing because I'm getting more pop-ups. Alright, that ought to do it. Made a little cash off the bat. Leveled up our pickpocketing. Off the bat. Oh. Hello. Yeah, they still whiff a lot. They have high armor class or something like that. But they aren't attacking very quickly. She's sort of like walking up to me and taking a beating. So they're not near me. Oh, shit! Oh, shit. Okay. Fuck! Jesus! Where's my weapon? I think we blew his... Oh, fuck. Okay, so we managed to get him to blow his entire magic pool on us there. Those are vampire ancients, the older brethren I was speaking of. And as you can see, he got maybe one spell through my magic pool onto my health, and it took like a third of my magic. Or a third of my health, rather. So, they are deadly motherfuckers. And we are running into a new logistical issue, which I'm okay with. I like the challenge, which is that the whole point of spell absorption is you dump the magic so that you can absorb the spells from it. But it's harder for me to dump magic because my magic costs less and less as I level up my skills. Well, it was a locked door. We were still in steal mode, as always. Still, that's going to bite me in the ass one day. You know, if I wanted to hit much easier, I could, instead of swinging down, I could thrust forward or swing side to side, because the downward thrust does the most damage, but it's hardest to hit with. Maybe I'll try and demonstrate that fact on the next one and see how it plays out in practice, because I know that's how it is on paper. All right, let's try it. Yeah, I feel like I was hitting a little easier. Okay. I could sort of see the texture just barely doesn't line up, so I could see the door. We're gonna have to little pig it. Yeah. What type of staff? Steel. It's hard to tell. There's like 1 pixel on the top and bottom of the staff that indicates the material. That's incredibly hard to make out. Daedra heart, always. I've been picking up cactuses. I don't need cacti. They're not really worth picking up nowadays. All right. She's casting. All right. They still take a good chunk out of my health. They hit like trucks. And imagine if we weren't getting 30 health per level. Imagine what kind of trouble we'd be in right now. We would be in a bad way. Okay. That's our little secret room. That's nice. I think we haven't gone this way yet. Okay, well, so much for going that way. Looks like going north is the ticket. Let's take the second optional left. The first one should be into a room, and this is the one we want to do. See, now I have to like watch out for vampire ancients. I have to be careful going into each room, because if they don't announce themselves, I could walk into death straight up. So I've got to sort of like do the good old peek, the dip your toe in the water, see if anything comes nibbling. All right, nothing yet. Sheesh. We got a lot of ways to go yet. I mean, that was a given. We've got a lot of ways we haven't gone just from what we've explored. Okay. Let's go back up. Hello. Iron staff. I'm gonna stop picking up these. Their weight to value ratio isn't that high. Huh. We are winding around, are we not? Potions of resist, shock, and frost. May as well. Nice, nice. That's what I like to see. Little bit of treasure. These scarabs are worth pretty good money too. Resist frost and shock. There's a fair chance that if we run into another ancient vampire, that'll help us out a bit. I don't think it's gonna be nearly strong enough to like outweigh our critical weakness. We're going to the east, but it'll take the edge off. Yeah, that weighs way too much. I'm not carrying that. Dead end? Legitimate dead end? Okay, let's go up these stairs. Whoop! Hide. Ow, 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 ow. Ooh, we just got some money. With our encumbrance being what it is, I say we upgrade to a tower shield. Let's get +2 armor. We can go up that way if we have to. This is just a series of winding tunnels, man. They're wrapping around each other, which it's even worse than it sounds, because not only is it like confusing, it makes the map more confusing if they sort of like intertwine as much as they do. It certainly feels like they're intertwining. I don't know for sure. Yeah, they are, because there's that place we were going to climb up to. We're here. Interesting. Hallway with banners. Okay. All right. Let's crack its skull in. We might. The open spell still costs a lot of magic, but we might be able to make an equivalent one that doesn't, or something a little more reasonable that will get the job done. Whoa, fuck! That was not the prize I wanted! I was so proud! I was so proud of picking my first lock, and behind door number 1 was sudden death. Oh my god, he filled my fucking magic pool already. Ooh. Oh yeah! They are going to murder us. We're going to enter a room and die. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. They have a fair amount of cash too, man. Vampires are rich. I want to be a vampire when I grow up. Whoa! Oh my god! I almost died just now. I had my eye on the health meter when I got to my spell book. It was at like 20 HP. We'll grab it for now. Alright. More Daedra Hearts. That might have been Lich Dust too, which is also worth a lot. Okay. This hallway looked like a dead end. It doesn't look like there's secret doors in those rooms. Alright, let's look at the map. So if we drop down the hole and go south, that is a way we haven't yet been. Okay. Things are getting dangerous. This is as with all Elder Scrolls games, it feels like the stronger you get, the weaker you get. Because everything else just gets stronger too. And it just ups the stakes. Sort of a game design flaw, if you ask me. 'Cause it works in JRPGs because you have that readily available numerical feedback where it's like, yeah, you know, you're Yeah, lich dust. Oh my god. That might be worth more per kilogram than Daedra hearts, if the Daedra hearts are half a kilogram. I haven't been paying attention. Anyway, JRPGs, typically the enemies get more imposing looking, and sometimes even like larger as well. In this game, that doesn't happen. In JRPGs, you get the numerical feedback where you're hitting for more. And you typically get, you know, more HP on the screen and stuff like that. You get more members. In games like this, numbers aren't popping out when you hit them, so it's not readily noticeable because you're hitting harder enemies. So you have better gear, you're hitting harder, but you don't know it because they have more health. The only real difference is as you level up, you get more tools at your disposal, but that's only sort of true as a mage type character because you can get more spells. So that's a pet peeve I've had with all Elder Scrolls games. Just leveling up doesn't help you, really. You just sort of change the color of your gear. It doesn't bother me so much that it takes away from the fun, but it has been a pet peeve across all Elder Scrolls series for me. So we haven't gone down this way, apparently. Okay. Random loot. Holy dagger. Making money. Okay. That's not loot. That's just a pot. Doesn't appear to do anything if I touch it. Random pot. That's the only feedback you get that you're actually getting stronger is when bats just fold like paper. Okay, we'll grab the steel mace for now. Because we're not facing enemy types that drop large amounts of gear. They're just dropping hard cash. Whereas if it were a humanoid dungeon, we'd be crushing it right now. Wait. I screwed. Yeah, north. We're going to check this corner real quick. Oh, so... Oh, we didn't go down there yet. That's right, I stopped at the last second. I decided I wanted to stay on the same floor. She's casting. I don't know what it is or what it's doing. It might be like a witch spell, but I had some available magic and it didn't seem to be hitting me. Cool, Dwarven gear and a clown suit. That's not formal, not in any reality. A map? The ruins of King House Grange. Grange? I don't know. I've read the word, but I haven't heard it spoken aloud, to my knowledge. Okay. Uh-oh, don't do that. I disabled the cheats, but I don't think teleporting to the last solid ground requires cheats enabled. I think I read... I'm looking in there. I think it's... Yeah, I was about to say, I think I see bat wings flapping. Oh my god, I'm on a roll! Lockpicking is starting to actually do something for me here. It still says the lock has nothing to fear from me, but I've got 2 unlocks in a row under my belt. If I can't remember if I failed in between them, but I have 2 under my belt. This dungeon alone. Alright, Alright, so we're going west, back up the stairs. I think we've hit all the places down there. West, back up the stairs. Oh, there's... If I get here and I go up these stairs... That's a dead end. Okay, so tons and tons of ways up. We've been in a lot of these hallways. So new approach, west up the stairs, east. There was a place I'd seen. Okay, there's the way to go. It's here. Because we jumped over that log to get where we are. So, west up the stairs, then east across the hall to this stairwell, and once we get to the top, we make a left at the fork. Alright. This should be the looping stairwell. Was it left at the fork? I think it was. Yeah. Alright. More hallways. It is a place we haven't yet been. What is that thing down there? Oh. It's a polygon torture table in a room that just didn't show up on the map at that height. Okay, so if we go south, this is going to loop to a place we have been. But if we go west, we're going to a place we haven't been. So I think I'll go to the T, I'll make the left, and I'll check that room. This room to the right here. I'm just stepping in it so it's marked off so it doesn't look like a place I haven't been. Now we're going to go west. I passed a secret door. Or maybe it wasn't a secret door. It is a secret door. Interesting. Alright, let's get up there. That's a dragon scream. Alright. Okay. Yep, we're near the dragon. There he is. Alright. Now, there are a couple of things I have to do now. One is I need to make sure that there aren't just a couple of dragonlings in this dungeon. We need to make sure this is the one that completes the quest. I'm almost 100% sure it is. Yes. Now. Soul Trap. He saved versus it, and I don't have enough magic to cast it a second time. So we have to save scum. My God. And here's the bummer. I remember this from a previous playthrough. The soul trap here, like it has this whole like, here's your chance per level. Like I don't know how the enemy saves against that chance because I apparently have a very high chance. But if you try and create your own soul trap spell with a higher chance and like a lower duration, the spell actually doesn't function. You can't create your own soul trap. You have to use the one that the game gives you. Which becomes obnoxious in situations like this. Especially with it costing as much as it does to cast. Tap back. If it worked, then the soul trap has a dragonling in it. Yes. I will explain soul traps to you while I crawl the dungeon a little bit more for loot. And then once I'm done explaining it, oh fuck! Once I'm done explaining it, we'll leave the dungeon, because this isn't the most lucrative dungeon we've ever been in. Very few things drop high value loot, especially gear. So, in this game, you can enchant magic items, and you can choose the enchantments you want on it. You can get a certain amount of advantages and a certain amount of disadvantages to balance them out. You have a budget. An enchantment point budget on your item based on the type of item it is, the material the item is made of, and you basically spend your budget on advantages, and if you want more points in the budget, you add a disadvantage. Well, soul trapping enemies, you can use the soul gem, and it puts the soul bound for the enemy in the disadvantages list and gives you extra budget to spend. That's what soul trapping does in this game. It gives you extra budget on your enchanted item, like a lot. If it's a good enemy, it's worth a lot compared to other disadvantages. So that's why you'd want to trap souls. However, certain souls have additional advantages and disadvantages attached to them. Well, there's the entrance. Look at that. No. I'm almost done explaining, so we'll just cycle the enemies and kill a couple more and find a little bit more loot. Fuck. So certain souls are worth more than others, basically based on the type of enemy. But certain soul bounds add extra advantages and disadvantages based on what they are. Lich Dust is 1/4 the weight of a Daedra's Heart and 2/3 the price. So Lich Dust is more valuable than Daedra's Heart. Now we know. Very interesting. So, like, typically very powerful souls that give you a lot of spell budget are also tied to, like, mandatory advantages and disadvantages that come with the soulbound. So they take up extra spaces for your advantages and disadvantages, and they force you to have a possibly unwanted disadvantage. Well, Dragonlings, I don't know that you can soul trap Dragonlings in the wild. However, Knights orders for each province, they have a quest to kill a Dragonling. That Dragonling, and only that Dragonling, can be soul trapped, and its soul gives a proportionally very large enchantment budget. And that it's not the largest in the game, but it is up there. And it comes with no other advantages and disadvantages. So it is incredibly worthwhile to go out of your way to soul trap the dragonlings. The only downside is you can't just go into a high-level dungeon and find these dragonlings. You have to take the quest. And because of the way quest items apparently spawn, they're often behind secret doors and shit, which means they're hard to find. You have to be an experienced dungeon crawler. So I like them. I like using them for enchanting purposes. And that's why we took the quest. Let's rest up, because we haven't rested this whole time. Probably going to level up.
Your sleep is troubled by nightmares of a beautiful woman who will be murdered in a dark place.
Uh-oh. I'm a vampire. I was right that I leveled up. I was right that I leveled up. And I got 6 points, so we don't have to spell scum. But I thought I was immune to disease. Apparently, I was not. And now I don't know how to deal with vampirism. I think I said something about lycanthropy, but I meant vampirism. Oh. Okay, let's check our history. I don't know how to tell. Yeah. I don't know how to tell, but I might be a vampire now. Like, well, that's a question for next time. Let's head out. We did what we wanted to do. We completed a dungeon crawl. We got some extra loot. See, it took so little time that I still have rooms at the end. Even though I traveled across Daggerfall. We got an excellent soul gem for future use. We're not going to be able to afford it yet, I don't think, but we might. And we've had a successful play session overall. Did a quest for the Knights Guild. Got some level ups. So let's turn this in and call it. West. We'll do our town maintenance next time. Sweet. All right.